Yo, what's good, guys? Chew here. So, day two, first impressions. I got to 98 on most of my characters, and the legendary dungeons is pretty hard. So, to give you guys a recap of what I did, I played these 5 characters. I got them all to 98, 99 on my main because I was only running Hells on him. So my general idea of what I want to do is get these 4 legendary sets while funneling all my health stuff on him, on my male grappler. So I started off today running scenarios on all my characters, and then once I finish that, you usually end up around 98, a little bit lower. So if you're a little bit lower, just run a few hills and you'll get up there. So you hit 98, you finished your scenarios, and now you can begin the legendary farm. The legendary farm is actually a huge spike in difficulty compared to what we're used to with the Ghent Palace and the scenarios. You can't even run experts on it. Don't even attempt it if you're in rental gear. To give you an idea, I was running it on this character, right? First, I was doing it solo. And I'm using full rental gear. Exclude this legendary gauntlet, it dropped in dungeon for me. So yeah, I was running with the full rental gear, and each room was kind of a struggle. I needed to use like 1 to 2 cube skills to clear just normal trash mobs. And don't even attempt to do it in party mode, because right now there's a solo buff going on. I think it's called Life of Arad, where they debuff the monsters and give you a little bit of buffs. So now is the time to really run legendary dungeons before you hit 100, because when you hit 100, that buff goes away. But when you do hit 100, you get this new buff, this pre-awakening buff, right? That gives you 20% and 5% basic attack, advanced skill attack. So you basically get 25 across all your characters once you hit 100, but the Life of Arad buff is a lot better than this buff. So I say if you're gonna farm legendaries, do it now before you hit 100. And people who are going for epics, it might be better to rush to 100 so you could do the 4 new hell runs. There's basically 2 new dungeons you could do that are similar to Dawn and Crevice and 95 cap, where you can run it twice a day and they're essentially free hell runs. I haven't gotten there yet. I plan on getting there today. So yeah, first impressions of day 2. Legendary dungeons are a huge spike in difficulty. Don't run them in party mode. I did half party mode on her, and I couldn't even kill trash mobs with my awakening with rental gear. I did a party mode with my Saint with 3 different other viewers. I mean 2 other viewers, Clock and Kwang. And they were around the same level too, 98. We did our scenarios, then went straight into legendary farming together. It was really difficult, even with a satyr in the party. It's better just to do it solo. Just grind them out. You get them done in like a minute. If you're in party mode, it's like 3 to 5 minutes each run. Yeah, and that's all I really did yesterday, was just doing scenarios, going through legendaries. Guys, before I leave the video, abuse the events right now. There are, let me bring it up. There are 4 great events going on. The rental service. If you are less than Prey grad set, use the rental service. Sorry, my cat was knocking at the door. I'm letting her in. Okay. Level 100 sprint to Arad. This is where you get the buff, I'm pretty sure, or it's in the Life of Arad. One of these 2 gives you the solo buff. Leveling up to 90 is 200% more XP. Abuse that. Level hella else during this event. You have a month to do this. I'm probably gonna make all 61 characters during this time. 200% more XP. They're giving fatigue pots and they're giving EXP pots on top of that. Abuse it, abuse it. Life of Arad. This is basically just a checklist. It's right here. You log in, you check some boxes, you win the game. Just follow some of these things and you should get it done easily. All you have to do is really play the game like MJ said on Xtreme. And then finally, this is my favorite one. The Scattered Fragments of Time. As you run dungeons, time fragments drop. They drop infinitely. So as long as you play, these will keep dropping, unlike the Viking coins which caps at 60. These drop forever. You can use them to buy stuff from him. Let me bring it up, sorry. Which are just free runs. You could buy 5 a day. Abuse it. It's free hell runs. And he also has a chance of appearing at the end of the dungeon. He sells 2 packages. The left one is non-tradables, which give you 20 time stones, which is essentially one hell run. Or you could buy the one that's on the right side, which is 4 tradable time stones. It's better to get the one on the left. It's 20 versus 4. But if you really want to funnel stuff onto your main, buy the tradable one as well. They're both 50 of these time fragments. So always have at least like 100 on you at all times, never roll down. And yeah, it's fun. 100 cap is weird. You go from insanely easy from Ghent Palace to a big jump. It's like borderline Panda War jump. But I think you guys could get through it, and it is a good gear progression, especially for newer players. You go from scenarios to uniques to scenarios to legendaries, and the scenarios tell you what you really need to do as well. Do not party, play solo. Use the rental gear if you're less than prey raid. And if you're planning on farming legendaries, do not rush to 100. Farm legendaries, then get to 100 once you get the legendary gear. But as you're farming, you're also gaining 3% EXP per run, so you're probably gonna hit 100 before you even farm the full gear. They give you enough materials from the legendary dungeons to get one piece for like 1 piece every 2 days. Here, I'll go to the place to show you guys. So in Chest Town, you could talk to this lady, and here's where you could buy the legendary pieces. They're 1200, and you gain about 30 per run, and you could do it 20 times a day in 2 different dungeons. These are the 2 different dungeons. You have Lands of Memories and Bottomless Tunnel. Do not do them experts, do them normals unless you're Preygrad or you have a full legendary set, then do them experts. I don't know, I can't do them experts yet. Anyway, that's all there is for me. To give you an idea, this is what my gear looks like. Oops, that's not the character I'm running. A legendary son. Here, to give you an idea, my Slayer here, she has like the rental piece, a +10 legendary that dropped, and a random 100 epic, and she could barely get through normals. It's a struggle, but I believe in you guys, and you got this. Good luck with the 100 farm. I'm loving it. It's great. Have a good one, guys. I will be streaming it over at twitch.tv/ChewDagoon. If you want to stop by, come say hi. And if you have any questions, I will definitely help you out with it. Sorry, my cat's going crazy. I'll see you guys around. Bye bye.